Hello and welcome back to my channel. Jacob here, and we're talking about Kill River 2. This is the sequel to Kill River by Cameron Roubique. And if you have not checked out my review of that, I do recommend checking that out because I do go into detail about the first book. That way, in case it's been a while since you've read it or you just need a refresher before I jump into this review, it's there for you. First thing I want to do is talk about this gorgeous cover. I mean, Cameron makes these covers, I do believe, and these are just amazing. He also did the cover for an anthology I'm in with him, which, I mean, look at that. Like, the way he paints skeletons is just amazing. Yeah, I mean, there's so much to love about that. It's just the classic, it gives you that classic horror vibe that I don't think a lot of book covers give you anymore. And while still kind of giving you the vibe that you're going to be jumping into a book that's not super adult, right? I mean, it is a YA book. The protagonists are all teenagers, but it's still scary. I mean, which is what you're going for. I mean, it's way scarier, I think, than any Fear Street book I've read, which, if we're going to compare it to YA horror, I don't know if that's really a fair comparison, because I did always feel that maybe R.L. Stine was writing for a younger audience. More of a preteen audience than a teen audience, but that's my own opinion. So that might not be correct, obviously. But now, Kill River follows Cindy, who we know was the final girl in the first book, while she tries to get over the terrible events of what happened to her and her friends at camp and get on with her life. We do see that Cindy has kind of grown since her time at camp. She has a small group of friends, though they are mostly through her boyfriend, who she's now dating. She has a new boyfriend. So that's really interesting. I mean, she's gone from this very, shy teen who basically just listened to music all the time and shut out the outside world to more interacting with the outside world, even though it took a slasher to do so. That being said, we do also see that she has pretty severe PTSD from the events that she's not able to talk about, which comes up a lot in this book, because we do find out, this isn't even a big spoiler, right in the beginning, that the company that owns the water park that her friends were killed at, they paid Cindy a very large sum of money, and I think are willing to pay for her college and basically a bunch of stuff if she never talked about it ever again. In any form, which she takes very seriously, even to the point that she doesn't discuss it really with her parents. And she doesn't discuss it with her friends or her boyfriend. So when the water park opens up and offers them better paying jobs than what they get at the local pool where Cindy and her boyfriend originally work, a lot of the teenagers, her boyfriend and some of his friends included, take jobs at the water park that we know is maybe not the best idea. Because, if she was able to talk about what happened, maybe what happens in this book wouldn't happen, which is kind of a tongue twister, and that's probably not the best way to describe it. Basically, if she was able to discuss the events of the last book to the protagonist of this book, maybe more of them would be alive by the end. Because, as we know from all slasher series, unless you see the body, the slasher isn't dead. And when Cindy's boyfriend is convinced to come after work and have a party with some of his coworkers, things go very wrong, and it's up to Cindy to get them all out of it. So the book really kind of leaves you with can Cindy face the killer again and get the people she now cares about out before it's too late? Or will she maybe not be the final girl at the end of this book? I'm not going to spoil that for you guys because I do think this book is definitely worth reading. It is a trilogy. As far as I know, he hasn't written a fourth book. I am halfway through the third book, so I will do a review of that when that's up. I don't really want to spoil this too much because like I said, I do think this book is really worth reading, just like the last book. If you're into slashers and you're into teenagers making bad decisions at water parks in the 1980s, or you just want to have a track list of cool 1980s songs that you can listen to, definitely check out this book as soon as possible. If you like this book, want to talk about this book, or want to talk about other books by Cameron Roubique, or even other slasher books that you know of that I should read, please comment below and let me know about them. And if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. And until next time, I'll see you guys later.